There's our importation silver. There's our 14K. Small fries. This is what most people are going to be doing as a hobby. Or, you know, buying gold and refining it yourself, pouring it into bars. It may be difficult to sell, but if that's what you want to do, okay, and resell, then, well, you know, go for it. So this is what I'm doing right here represents what the hobbyist is going to be doing. You know, there's YouTubers out there that's in court, you know, 100 grams at a time, making, you know, $40,000 gold bars. You know, the hobbyist is not going to do that. This is what's going to happen. So, learn it. Today, we're going to use straight nitric acid to dissolve the base metals from the gold once it's quartered into an alloy of 6 karat gold. And we're going to do it by the numbers and use only nitric acid to recover. Alright, it's in there. So, this will take a little, I don't know, probably about 20 minutes. Ah, piece of steel. Check it. Had a piece of steel in there. Interesting. Nothing showed up magnetic. Or is that a piece of platinum? Whatever it is. It did not melt. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. We're going to examine that. We're going to get this chopped up. Get this in nitric acid, if I can talk. Alright, I couldn't get it chopped up as finely as I wanted it. A little too thick to cut with the side cutters and the metal shears. And this may be too big of a cut, but oh well. We got about 25, 30 milliliters of distilled water. Okay, and we're going to actually check on this stud earring. Nothing. That nitric acid hasn't touched that sucker. We're going to go ahead and just add. So there's the first 10 ml. We'll see how much nitric acid we use. That's a cruddy looking tin. That it will do. Alright, we've stopped producing nitric acid fumes, or nitrogen dioxide fumes, I should say. We're going to get this off the heat. Then we'll go ahead and drain that silver nitrate off. That's right at 10 milliliters. Okay, right at 15 milliliters of concentrated nitric acid. We'll just go ahead and get that in there before we get the heat going. It's wiser. After this nitric treatment right here, which is only going to be 6 ml of nitric acid, we're going to rinse this back out really good. Alright, we're going to let this go for a while. This will be the last nitric treatment we'll do. And then we'll gather our silver nitrate. I say I don't know how close we are to achieving any any goals, we might get a weight on that. So we're expecting, call it 5.2 grams of 24 karat gold. So let's see how close we're getting to that mark when this nitric treatment is done. So we're what, 55 milliliters in as far as nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid that we have used. And as you can see, if you can see that, I'm just chopping this up with a stir rod. We're definitely going to need one more nitric treatment, but it ain't going to take much more. All right, we'll be back. All right, I am seeing very, 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 very little nitrogen dioxide gas production. It's a little blue, so that means maybe a little bit more silver nitrate. But very little. I'm not putting any more nitric acid in this. This cool down, get this dry. We'll go ahead and dry it, and we're going to get a weight. And then let's see how close to 5.2 grams we are. Now, you have to be careful when you're doing this with this type of gold. It is like a porous rock. So what happens when you put a porous rock that is moist or has water content onto something hot? Yeah, you get explosions. You know, like you don't throw a creek rock into a fire. Yeah, that's about as dry as we're going to get it. Looks pretty good. Okay. All right, so we're now at 50.2 grams, so we've shed quite a bit of weight. All right, well, what does that take us? 50 grams would be what? It would be 5.6 grams. So this is 5.8 grams. We're 0.55 grams over. So we have less than a gram of some other material in here, probably silver or lead. We'll take care of that in the refinement process. So we've done yeah, we're good. Okay, we're going to get this in Aqua Regia, and we're going to do the first Aqua Regia treatment, then the first refinement. All right, I'm going to get this prepped up for the first refinement. So we already got our distilled water in there, probably about 40 milliliters, I'm guessing. We're going to pour probably about 100 milliliters, maybe a little less, of hydrochloric acid. And then we'll do incremental nitric dosing, okay, to dissolve the gold. Once we get this in the Aqua Regia rolling really well in this, we will we'll go ahead and drop some sulfuric acid in to drop out any lead, so we can precipitate that out. All right, let the fun and games begin. We'll start off with 6 milliliters of concentrated nitric acid. Okay, we just did the first filtration, and there's going to be some residual crud, and I do think we have rediscovered our old friend tin. Of course, as you know, and as we have found out multiple times the hard way, tin is soluble in water. So, just this moist filter paper, they have put tin in solution, or it causes it to pass through, precipitate out, actually. Okay. This is certainly not clear, but it's just the first refinement. Okay, we're going to let this filter through and let it cool down, and we'll do the drop. And there it is again. My old friend tin. Okay, we know the drill. We'll get this filtered out and do the drop. You know the drill. All right, now we're ready for my least favorite operation of all. Yep, the drop. So we're gonna get myself situated. This stuff is not, it's not perfectly clear, but we're gonna go with it for the going into the second refinement. All right, the respirator's going on, and we're gonna do the drop. Maybe a smidge of gold. No, we're clear. Okay, now we just let this stuff settle out. We're going to try to cook off the excess sodium betabisulfite. All right, time for the second refinement. All right, we got this was about 50 milliliters of distilled water. About 100 milliliters of hydrochloric acid, and we're going to let this boil a little bit, get it nice and hot, and do a little incremental nitric dosing, and see how little nitric acid we can use for the second final refinement. I don't think there's any need to triple refine it. Put the respirator on, and we're going to get this drop done. And then we're going to dry the gold powder out and get a weight on it. And see how close we got. We should have right around 5.2 grams. All right, we've about got this whipped. This is the color I wanted to see. Let's see if I can put it in. Shot. That is the color we wanted. And we are 0.3 grams below. Okay, but we have lost a little material, and that material is probably right there, as you can see, on the edges. So we can account for that, of where that material went. It's right there. See it? So that's easy 0.3 grams. Easy. All right. We'll be back when we're ready for the pour. Okay. All right, there is our nice little go button. We're looking for a target weight of 5.2 grams. We know we're not going to get that. Okay, pretty much right at 5 grams. We've lost a little bit. That I can live with. I'm going to put this on a more accurate scale. That does look nice. Okay, we're going to put it on the bigger scales, and we're going to start working this up into a bar. Not make a coin out of this one. No. Be back. All right, well, it's about as close to 5 as you can get without it being 5 grams, so. Here we go, 4.99 gram button, 24 karat gold. I'm calling it 3 9s fine, but we're sure going to find out once we get into the molding process and the shaping process with our little jeweler's anvil and our little toys here to stamp everything up. I think we're getting there. Okay, you know, we're still learning. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, shape this stuff. So, all right, when we're done, we'll show you what we got. All right, progress so far. Not too bad, making our 5 gram coin. So far, this is the progress. We've got a couple of rough spots. You see the nitric acid stains on my skin. But all in all, the progress is not too bad. Okay.